Hello everyone, this is part 17 of What If Naruto Was Like Edward Elric in Fullmetal Alchemist, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Naruto stared at the figure on the branch. Even with all of the markings on his face, it was clear to him who it was. Sasuke. Sasuke jumped off into the forest as Naruto turned to Rock Lee. Lee, what's going on? What the hell are you guys doing? Lee kept his eyes focused on Kimimaro. This is one of Orochimaru's henchmen that he sent to bring Sasuke to him. There was a team led by Shikamaru, Kiba, Neji, and Choji. However, they all got caught up in their own battles on the way back. I caught up with this one here and have been fighting him until Sasuke came from that barrel. Naruto growled as he set himself in a stance, setting himself to engage Kimimaro also. Well, you look like you could use some help. You should be glad I came. Lee shoved Naruto back. Lee, what the hell are you doing? Let's handle this guy. Lee didn't look at him. I will handle this. You must go ahead and return Sasuke to Konoha. I can take this guy. Naruto scratched his head. Fine, just don't die, bushy brows. I still need to kick your ass to prove I can. Naruto ran in the direction Sasuke went. As Kimimaro moved to intercept him, Lee got his attention with a kick. Your battle is with me. Neglecting your opponent like that is terribly rude. XXX. Joshiro and Haku had eventually made it back to Konoha after a few hours of moving and decided to head to the Hokage Tower to give their report. Joshiro opened the door to find Tsunade looking out the window. Joshiro moved to the seats by her desk. Tsunade-sama. She turned suddenly with a look of concern on her face. What's the matter, Tsunade-sama? Tsunade gave him a smile. Just a dangerous mission I sent some people on, so assume you are here to give your report. Joshiro nodded. Yep, the mission was a success. There were some speed bumps that I'll throw into written report, but long story short, we're all fine and Naruto has his working auto mail arm. Tsunade nodded. That's good to know. Where is the Gaki anyway? I would have thought he would have been here for this. It was pretty much his mission anyway. Joshiro sighed. The little idiot sensed a fight a few miles away while we were coming back and he ran off and left us to find it. He'll be back soon. Tsunade perked up. Battle. Where were you all when he sensed a fight? Haku spoke. We were about a few hours away from the border of Hai no Kuni and Ta no Kuni. Tsunade paled, but a burst of smoke in the office caught her attention. Kakashi Hatake here, mission complete. Kakashi took note of the people in the room. Joshiro, Haku, I assume your mission was successful. Where's Naruto? I thought he'd be with you. Tsunade stood up and slammed her hands on the desk. Kakashi, Sasuke Uchiha has been taken from Konoha and Naruto got caught up in his extraction. He could be with the team of Gen and I sent to retrieve him. Tsunade looked down in concern. They more than likely are engaging Orochimaru's personal guard as we speak. I've sent backup in the form of the Tsunade team, however I need you to go too. Joshiro jumped up as Kakashi gave her an answer. Understood, I'll leave at once, Tsunade-sama. Joshiro grabbed Kakashi's arm before he could shunshun away. I'm coming too. If the runt got caught up in this crap, then I'm going to go get him out of it. Kakashi nodded and grabbed Joshiro before activating his shunshin and leaving the office. Tsunade groaned as she sat back down in her chair. How did Sarutobi-sensei do this for so long? I'm at the end of my rope already. XXX. Sasuke had been running. However, as he reached the head of Madara Uchiha's statue at the Valley of the End, he turned to find Naruto standing on Hashirama Senju's statue. Sasuke smirked darkly. Naruto, I'm glad you came. I wanted to test this power against you before I left. Naruto picked his ear and flicked it in a bored fashion. Yeah, whatever, sir, I don't think I could just verbally convince you to simply stop being a douchebag and come home, could I? Sasuke chuckled. Now why would I do that? Orochimaru can give me power. More power than that pathetic village ever could. Naruto gave him an, you retarded. Look, so you're saying the village that made Hiruzen Sarutobi, Hashirama and Tobirama Senju, Kakashi Hatake, your own brother Itachi Uchiha, Konoha's Kiroi Senko Minato Namikaze, Ero Senninjiraiya the Toad Sage, Tsunade Barkan and all. Snake Face himself Orochimaru couldn't give you more power. Sasuke growled, That's exactly what I'm saying. That weak place wouldn't give me what I needed to kill Itachi. So I'm going somewhere that will. Naruto shook his head. You're retarded. I hope you invested in some crazy glue before you left, because when you get to Orochimaru you should fill every orifice you have every night before bed. Trust me. I'm going home. I'm homesick and tired, and I don't feel like breaking up the landscape for your useless ass. Cheers. Naruto turned to leave as Sasuke stood stunned. Wait. You don't care that I'm defecting? I'm leaving the country for a traitor. Naruto didn't turn back around. No, I don't. As far as I'm concerned, it's not my problem. I'm legally not on Team 7 anymore. I said that after the Chunin exams when I got myself promoted I was done with you all. Sakura turned me around concerning her. I still want some kind of contact with her. Hell, even Kakashi had been redeeming himself lately, but you. Go jump off a cliff and see if I shed a tear or not. Naruto crouched to gain leverage for a powerful jump away until Sasuke growled something out again. Why? Why don't you care? I'm the last Uchiha. They sent an entire team out after me to get me back and you don't care. Naruto stood back up and faced Sasuke with a huff, for a few reasons. First, it's not my mission. I'm not supposed to be here. I just stumbled on the scene, once again marking me as the Eternal to Murphy's Law, so I don't really have a stake in this at all. Second, I didn't plan on working with you or having any kind of personal vested interest in you anyway. I washed my hands of you long ago. Third, and probably most important, you're just one goddamn genin. You, bloodline or not, are nothing worth an entire team of ninja chasing you across the country. If I were on this mission I'd have been and griping about it the entire time. You're not worth it. That comment made something snap in Sasuke as he flew through hand signs. Kaiten, Gokakyu no Jutsu, Fire Release, Grand Fireball Jutsu. Sasuke fired his attack across the statues towards Naruto, who jumped over the wall at Sasuke and began battering him with his assault. Naruto punched him dead in the face before launching a right hand to his body. Naruto grabbed Sasuke in a front headlock and began kneeing him hard in the body and face. Naruto pulled him back upright and pulled his right arm back for another punch until Sasuke caught it. Naruto made eye contact with Sasuke to find that the strange markings from before had reappeared on his face. What in the hell is that? Sasuke grinned as he kicked Naruto in the stomach and threw him off the top of the statue into the water below. Naruto surfaced and swam to shore as Sasuke cackled from above. This power is what will allow me to kill Itachi. I feel like I can take on anyone like this. The marks receded as Sasuke doubled over on the statue in pain. Naruto shook himself off and threw his soaked cloak to the side. That's a great power. Naruto spoke sarcastically. It's not really that great. I can still beat you even with it. Sasuke stood back up. Then come and show me your power, Dobe, so that I can prove who's better between us. Naruto grinned. Oh Sasuke-chan, there was never any contest over it. Naruto broke out in a run over the water and up the statue as Sasuke took off and ran down the statue. Naruto and Sasuke's fists clashed before Naruto grabbed his arm and threw him off of the statue to the water. Sasuke landed on the water just as Naruto crashed through the surface looking to take Sasuke out. Sasuke didn't have to wait long for him to resurface as several copies of Naruto came up from the water and attacked Sasuke. Sasuke dropped into his intercepting fist stance and activated his Sharingan to engage the clones. A kick to the head of one clone dispelled him as another tried to rush the off-balance defector. Sasuke saw him coming and just swept the leg to dispel him. The remaining clones surrounded Sasuke with similar grins on their faces. Sasuke looked confused until he heard Naruto's voice from shore. Suten, Suryuden no Jutsu, Water Release, Water Dragon Jutsu. Sasuke felt the water shifting under him and jumped out of the circle as the dragon formed from the water and destroyed the clones. After it fully emerged from the water, it stared Sasuke down. Sasuke looked at Naruto, who was just smirking from shore. A quick gesture of the hands sent the dragon on a collision course with Sasuke. Sasuke's Sharingan came in handy as he was able to anticipate the trajectory of the dragon. Eventually he led it against the valley wall, allowing it to crash against it as he stuck to a higher area. Sasuke panted as he watched the water and chunks of rock fall from the wall. That was fairly close, wasn't it? Sasuke looked up in time to see Naruto kick him right in the face, sending him down to the ground. Sasuke stood up and spit blood on the ground as Naruto jumped and landed on the ground a good distance near him. The key to the majority of ninja battles are misdirection and speed. You are faster than me, for now, but I am way more wily than you. I think outside of the box, and I am not afraid to take a tactical retreat when I'm getting my ass kicked. Sasuke picked himself up and set himself in his stance. You're just a coward, a wannabe relying on cheap tricks. Naruto chuckled, I'm a ninja, like I've said and said again, we don't fight fair. Let me put it like this. If you go down a mountain path and find that your way has been blocked, do you do what you can to move the boulder and attempt to continue down the path? Sasuke opened his mouth to answer, or do you whine and complain about how the boulder is holding you up? Naruto pointed at him, the second one is you, but then there are guys like me. Guys like me will follow the trail that the boulder made to find an entirely new path to reach the destination of our choosing. Sasuke's Sharingan spun wildly out of anger, what do you know? How could you possibly know what it was like to lose something important to you? Naruto deadpanned him a look and knocked on his arm to make a clanging noise. Naruto shrugged it off, it doesn't matter, by the end of this little fight you will understand, or you'll forever be lost in the darkness. And that Sasuke, would truly be a shame. Sasuke made his hand signs and jumped in the air, Kaiten, Hausenka no Jutsu, Fire Release, Phoenix Flower Jutsu. Naruto simply placed his arms out, look ma no signs. Fuyuten, Daytopper, Wind Release, Great Breakthrough. The wind blew the fires away but Sasuke had hidden Shuriken in the jutsu. Naruto was caught off guard as the Shuriken embedded themselves in his torso. Naruto dropped to one knee and began pulling Shuriken out of himself. Okay, that was pretty decent. My fault for that one though. Naruto stood up and looked at Sasuke, what else you go? Naruto stopped talking as he saw Sasuke charging up his arm with a mad grin on his face. We're not done yet Dobe, Chidori, 1000 birds. Sasuke ran in at a far faster speed than Naruto had anticipated. As a quick dodge kept Sasuke from blowing his chest out, Sasuke still caught him along the side, cutting him decently. Naruto landed on the surface of the water and dropped to his knees watching the blood spilling from his wound and staining the water red. Damn, that one was good. Why wasn't I taking this seriously? He just rattled off 2 attacks that did some pretty significant damage. Sasuke stood on the water looking over the kneeling Naruto. Naruto, I have to say, that you are my best friend. Naruto's eyes widened as Sasuke kept speaking, that is why killing you here will be so meaningful. When you die by my hand I will obtain my greatest power yet, the power of Mangekyo Sharingan. Only by killing your closest friend can you gain the power. Naruto began laughing as he stood up holding his side, that is the greatest thing I've ever heard. You should tell jokes more often Sasuke, you have a knack for it. That's just rich, I'm your best friend. Naruto was laughing but was actually stalling for time, letting Kyuubi heal the majority of his serious damage, and the thing you said about killing me, that is classic. You killing me, you really a funny team. Sasuke activated the first stage of his cursed seal out of anger. Naruto saw this and called on Kyuubi for a bit of her chakra, no more bullshit. It's time to get down to business. XXX. Kakashi and Joshiro, led by Pakken, were rushing back through the forest to catch up to Sasuke and Naruto. Joshiro looked over at Kakashi who was focused straight ahead. Hey Kakashi, do you think those kids will be alright? Kakashi didn't look at him. I don't know Joshiro, they did great beating all of Orochimaru's men though, they're all strong, far stronger than their ranks signify. Joshiro nodded as Kakashi kept speaking. I just hope we can get there in time to keep Naruto and Sasuke from killing each other. Joshiro rubbed his nose. Well, I can't say anything about Sasuke, but for someone to kill the brat you have to damn near cut his head off. Let's get going. Kakashi nodded. Pakken, we need to pick up the pace. XXX. Sasuke was dodging for his life at this point in time. Why, you ask? Well, Naruto wasn't really lying about how Sasuke was faster for the moment. When Naruto took some of Kyuubi's chakra to combat Sasuke's level 1 cursed form, his speed got a major jump, even higher than Sasuke's. Sasuke dodged a furious series of punches only to take a kick that sent him rolling for his troubles. What the hell? He's gotten so much more faster. Has he really been holding back all this time? Sasuke looked around for his enemy who had seemingly vanished in thin air. Where are you, Naruto? Right here. Sasuke ducked a looping kick intended for his head and lashed out with a punch to counter, however before he could make contact Naruto vanished again. Sasuke growled as he strained to see Naruto even with the Sharingan activated. The demon-fueled Chunin kept dashing circles around Sasuke and battering him with random attacks. Slowly Sasuke gained the ability to see his adversary's rush, first just the slipstream he would leave behind, then the afterimage, and finally he saw the entire figure, finally allowing him to fight back. The third tomo of the Sharingan had been unlocked. I can see him now. Sasuke ducked a punch from his back and delivered an elbow into Naruto's chest. Not to be deterred, Naruto rushed back at Sasuke, but seeing that Sasuke was working on a counter, Naruto sidestepped him and used his momentum to run up the wall of the valley. Naruto jumped off of the wall into the air to get a higher view of the battlefield. You're not really so fast when I can see you, Naruto. Naruto looked up to see Sasuke over him, or more appropriately, Sasuke's boot as it collided with his jaw and sent him back down to the ground. Sasuke then wrapped himself around Naruto's body and proceeded to piledrive him headfirst into the rocks surrounding the river. Naruto's body rolled into the water and floated downstream as Sasuke dropped to his knees panting in exhaustion. Sasuke went to the water and looked at his own reflection. Where is the Mangekyo Sharingan? There's no way he survived that. That was mean, team. I thought we were friends, haha. Sasuke turned to see Naruto standing on the water with a cloak of chakra surrounding him, looking somewhat like a fox. How did you survive that? Your spine should be jelly after a fall that high. Naruto chuckled in a raspy guttural voice. You have your Sharingan, so just consider this my gift, if you will. Naruto marched towards Sasuke with a fanged smirk. I've personally had enough of this. It's been fun and all, but like I said, I've got a previous engagement with my bed and some pillows, so I think I'll finish this now. Sasuke smirked as the cursed seal markings spread over his body. I see, Naruto. This is what makes you so special after all, this power of yours. Naruto growled as Sasuke's form began to change. His hair grew longer and grayish, his skin took on a darker tone, his eyes became black as did his lips, a star marking formed in the middle of his face, and hand-shaped wings protruded from his back. Naruto raised an eyebrow at Sasuke's new appearance. So, those wings, can you fly? Because that would be awesome. Sasuke blinked for a few seconds. I don't know. Guess I'll find out soon. Naruto crouched low. How about we just finish this so we can both get on with our lives? Naruto formed a Rasengan in his left hand that quickly mixed with the fox's chakra to take on a reddish shell. Sasuke formed a Chidori that took on a warped, black color and a distorted chirping noise. Naruto. I'll show you that I'm more special than you. Naruto scoffed. You can be as special as you want to be, I'll settle for being stronger. Naruto and Sasuke launched at each other, aiming their attacks. As the two attacks clashed, a black orb formed around the two that expanded steadily before finally imploding. XXX. Pakken smelled a foul clashing of powerful attacks in the distance. Kakashi. There is a major struggle going on not too far from here. Kakashi's eye widened. Naruto. Sasuke. We have to go now. Kakashi rushed off with Jushiro following close behind. XXX. Naruto awakened inside a crater. His chakra had gone back to normal and his body was racked with damage. Naruto groaned as he pulled himself to his feet and he slinked out of the crater. Damn, did I lose? Naruto got out and limped towards a second smoking crater not far from his own. As Naruto peered over the edge, he saw Sasuke, back to his own normal form and racked with injuries, staring up at him. Naruto fell into the crater and crawled towards Sasuke, who was unmoving. As he stood back up over Sasuke, he transmuted his arm blade and put it at his throat. I could have killed you any time I wanted to, you know. It would have been so easy. All I had to do was make this blade of mine and just cut your throat, just like now. He put the blade close enough to draw blood. When you couldn't see me, instead of me just punching you in the back of the head, I could have planted this right through the base of your skull. Naruto stood back up and walked out of the crater. Sasuke found it in himself to move and crawl out himself. He saw Naruto walking back in the general direction of Konoha. He called out to the blonde, who stopped to listen. Why? Why didn't you just kill me? I have to know. Naruto sighed. First of all, if I did kill you, then I would be opening the floodgates for an Orochimaru shitstorm that I would never see the end of. Apparently Iwagakure has me on its hit list and I don't need a whole nother hidden village after my nuts. Second of all, if I killed you now then Sakura would never forgive me. And even though I still say you don't deserve a girl as half as devoted as her, I still won't break her heart myself by killing you, I'll leave that for you to do personally. Third of all, like I said before, I could give a less about you and what you do. Go ahead and go to the snake douche, I ain't trying to stopping you, you stopped yourself. But know this, if I ever have to deal with this shit ever again, I'm going to kill you. I'm gonna kill you fast, I'm gonna kill you clean, and it won't be a glorified spa like this just was, that I can assure you. I've got way more important things to deal with than a prima donna genin. Naruto kept walking away as Kakashi and Jushiro burst into the clearing. Naruto groaned, always late as hell, Kakashi. I know you know how to get to the Valley of the End, no excuse, unless the road of life has side branches that go this far out. Kakashi looked at the beat-up Naruto and then at the even more beaten-up Sasuke. Sorry Naruto, I failed again. Naruto shook his head, not yet you didn't, go deal with the team, it isn't really my business. I already did the hard part. Naruto walked over to a grinning Jushiro and collapsed on his brother's shoulder. So brat, did you beat his ass ragged or what? Naruto let out a weak smile as he looked over at Kakashi picking up Sasuke. What do you think? Jushiro chuckled as he and Kakashi jumped into the trees heading back towards Konoha. A strange plant-man hybrid-looking creature came from the ground. The Kyuubi Jinchuriki is far more powerful than reports made him seem. I can see how that little bit of misinformation gave Itachi and Kisame such trouble. Yes, the leader needs to know of these events very soon. Bored. Half a week after the fight with Sasuke at the Valley of the End found Naruto laying down in his hospital bed staring up at the ceiling. Damn it, I can't take this anymore. Naruto's attention was diverted by a click as the door to his hospital room opened up to reveal Shizune. Shizune walked over to Naruto's bed and gave him a smile. Well, after reading your medical records, I'm surprised you stayed here so long this time. I expected you to be gone 3 days ago. Naruto gave her a dry look before lifting his legs, revealing he had been chained to the bedframe. I have been chained up for 2 freaking days with nothing to do other than count the goddamn freckles on the ceiling. You want to know how many there are? 45,603. Trust me, I know, I've only taken a recount about 27 times already. Shizune came over to him with glowing hands to check his body. Well, Tsunade-sama knew you would try to escape, I guess, so she must have thought this over. Naruto chuckled as Shizune gave him a confused look. Oh Shizune-nichan, she didn't foresee it. She already chased me down and threw me back in here when I ran for it the first day after I was admitted. Shizune's sweat dropped. You ran away and she caught you. Naruto nodded. Yep, I made it home too, but she kicked my front door in and grabbed me. Poor big boss, had to fix the door again. It's like my front door is cursed or something. Though I don't know why she bothered to chain me up. He lifted his leg. I could just make a transmutation and get out of here again. Tsunade chose that moment to walk into the room. Naruto stared her down with a perturbed look on his face. Tsunade ignored it and smiled at the boy. So Naruto, are you feeling better today? Naruto kept his glare on her. I was feeling better 3 days ago. The team didn't hurt me that bad. He just gaffed my side a bit, a little flesh wound. Tsunade gave a disbelieving snort. A little flesh wound. He was just short of cutting out your kidney with that damn Chidori. I was surprised you woke up so soon after Jushiro brought you here. Naruto kept his eyes locked on her as Shizune continued her scan. And you owe me about 500 ryo by the way. Tsunade did a double take. What in the world for? Naruto sneered. You kicked in my front door and sent it sailing through my apartment. Big boss said you kicked it so hard it flew down the hall and took out the door to my bedroom. Tsunade got in his face. You shouldn't have tried to leave the hospital so soon, brat. Naruto gave her a dry look. Well then why did you turn to the side and kick my living room closet door in after you got inside? Explain that. Tsunade blushed slightly. Well, I was still fired up from the chase and just kicking in one door wasn't enough. Naruto crossed his arms on his bed. And minor property damage is the answer to getting me back here. You could have gotten Big Boss or Haku-chan, or even Zabuza to drag me back. Naruto thought for a moment. Actually never mind Zabuza, he probably would have been worse about it than you. Tsunade smiled and ruffled his hair. Be good brat, I'll see you later. Naruto growled as Tsunade left the room. Hey damn it. Can you at least unchain me first? These braces are cutting off circulation to my foot. My left leg has gangrene for Kami's sake. Shizune chuckled and pulled out a key to unshackle him from the bed. You're as healthy as you're going to get in here, Naruto-kun. You can leave now. Naruto grinned and swung his feet off of the bed to stand, stumbling slightly before running over to his clothes. Shizune giggled at the frantic sight as she left the room. XXX. Naruto walked up the stairs to get back to his apartment. Well, they wouldn't let me in to see the team. That's probably good though, because I was gonna gloat, and brag, and get under his skin so bad. Naruto walked in the house all alone and went to his room to lay down. Naruto shut his eyes, but a shift in the atmosphere of the room got him to open his eyes. Naruto's cerulean orbs opened to see Jiraiya standing over him with a grin. How are you doing, Gaki? Naruto yawned and sat up. Ero Sennin, I was wondering when you'd show up. Naruto broke out in a grin. So say it. Jiraiya frowned and Naruto kept pressing. Say it, say what I want to hear. Jiraiya sighed. You're the man, kid. Naruto snickered. I already knew, Ero Sennin. Jiraiya sat down on the desk chair in Naruto's room. Kid, I need to tell you something. Naruto put his hands in his lap and motioned for Jiraiya to continue. Jiraiya opened his mouth, but after a few seconds he just sighed and ran his hand through his hair. Damn it, this is going to be tough. I wish I had more time to tell him. As if he realized something, Jiraiya perked up and smirked at Naruto. Gaki, you and me are going on a little trip. Naruto groaned and fell back in his bed. Damn, Ero Sennin, I just got back from Resemble and before that I just found Tsunade Barkin. Can I get some rest? Damn. Jiraiya chuckled. Naruto, you know about the Akatsuki, right? Naruto nodded. They stopped actively pursuing the Biju for roughly 3 years. You have 3 years to get to the level of ninja the caliber of Itachi Uchiha. Naruto smiled. So you're going to whip my ass into shape, right? Jiraiya grinned. You've got it, kid. I've got up to 3 years to make a real ninja out of you. The boisterous man then turned serious. You not only have Akatsuki to worry about, boy. Orochimaru by now knows that you were the one that kept the Uchiha kid out of his hands. Naruto grumbled. It wasn't my choice. If the dumbass wanted to go and get molested, then I was going to let him. He attacked me and I just kicked his ass. Jiraiya stifled a chuckle. Nonetheless, you're on his hit list now, and unlike Akatsuki, he'll probably be thinking of some way to get you as we speak. Naruto scoffed. That slithering, pasty-faced team. If he wants some, he can come and get some too. I've got more problems than him. Apparently I'm on the shit list of one of the 5 great nations. Jiraiya gave him a curious look. You are? Which one? And what the hell did you do? Naruto rolled his right shoulder. A Wagakur, the Tsuchikage, called for me to be kidnapped by some girl back in Resemble when I was getting my auto mail adjusted. They tried to take me out while I had only one arm and still couldn't beat me. Jiraiya paled while Naruto kept talking. It's weird, what did I even do to get on the bad side anyway? I didn't fight or even see a single Iwa Nin during the Chunin exam. Hell, I've never even caught sight of an Iwa Nin before the kidnapping attempt. Jiraiya wiped sweat from his brow. It started already. Does that old crone know already? I can't keep putting it off. I have to tell him soon. He at least needs to know why he's being targeted. Jiraiya gave Naruto a hard look. I think I can tell you why they want you, kid, but it has to wait until we're on the road. It's something of a big deal. Naruto flopped back on his bed. Whatever you say, Ero Sennin, I trust you. It's not like you've hidden anything big from me thus far, so why not? Jiraiya gulped. Yeah, kid, you've got it. Jiraiya stood up. Well, you have a week to prepare, get all of the things you need for 3 years, tell all of your brat friends and get yourself pumped up, kid. The Toad Sage is taking you on as his official pupil. It's time to make a man out of you, mostly. Naruto sat back up, mostly. Jiraiya took on a lecherous grin. Yeah, we still have to get you laid, brat, but don't worry about that, I'll handle that on the trip. Naruto growled at the white-haired old man. I don't need your help to do that, Ero Sennin, I've got game. Jiraiya snorted. Whatever, Gaki. Keep telling yourself that. Naruto flipped Jiraiya off. I bet I get some before you get any from Barkin, since that obviously is your main aim. Hell, I probably won't even have to try. Jiraiya got into Naruto's face. Is that a bet, Gaki? Naruto grinned. You've got it. In the 3 years we are gone, you have to come up with a surefire way to get Barkin to sleep with you and openly admit it or obtain legitimate proof. When we get back, I will give you 2 months to enact your final plan. On the flip side, I myself have to get laid and I can't actively pursue any women myself. They have to initiate final contact. Oh. And the girl has to be hot, I'm a fair man. Jiraiya nodded. Hookers and girls in brothels and the like don't count. Naruto snickered. I know, if I win you have to come back and publicly admit to the entire city via widespread mandatory gathering that Naruto Uzumaki is twice the man you'll ever be. And is a damn handsome bastard with unbreakable game. Feel free to ad-lib and be original with my awesomeness as long as you get the point across. You have to set up a running tab for me at Ichiraku Ramen and you have to continuously pump funds into it, and I'll think of other things to add in during the 3 years so we both reserve the right to up the stakes at any time. Jiraiya grinned. If I win you have to come with me on any research sessions I ask you to. When I get caught you have to stay behind and take the heat for me. You have to drop the Erosenin crap for good. You have to give a public statement proclaiming the greatness of Jiraiya and I write your speech. You have to help me edit my novels, and you have to let me hook you up upon our return with any girl I want. No questions asked. Naruto rubbed his chin in thought. Those are some pretty high stakes. Jiraiya stood smugly. I play hard, kid. Take it or leave it. Naruto nodded. As long as the stakes are adjustable like I said, then fine. Let's do it. You're on. What happens if we draw? Jiraiya thought for a moment. We each acknowledge the other's manliness and we both have a hella story to tell to get other guys jealous for years to come. Naruto nodded. I like that. Now get out of my room so I can sleep. I'm tired and I haven't slept in my own bed in 3 weeks. Jiraiya jumped out of Naruto's window, leaving the blonde Jinchuriki alone in his room. XXX. Sasuke was strapped to his hospital bed with his eyes and overall chakra sealed as he stared at the ceiling of his room. Bored, 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 bored. The door to his room was opened, as Sasuke turned his head to look at the arrival. The gravity-defying gray hair was the telltale sign of only one man, Kakashi Hatake. Kakashi sat in a chair near Sasuke's bed. So Sasuke, I assume Sakura has been here already. Sasuke nodded while still facing the ceiling. Kakashi nodded also. I expected as much. Naruto did say that girl was too dedicated to the wrong thing. Kakashi pulled out his Ika Ika book and began reading. The two sat in silence for a few minutes before Kakashi spoke again. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Naruto beat the hell out of you, didn't he? Sasuke's eye twitched before he spoke the first words since his return to Konoha. I was going all out. I was really trying to kill him, Kakashi. I know it sounds horrible, but I was. I could swear I broke his neck at one point. Naruto, he just walked through everything I threw at him. He wasn't even fighting to kill, just to incapacitate me. Sasuke turned his neck to look at Kakashi. I thought I would have to leave Konoha to get strength like that, but Naruto, he has so much power. He doesn't have any hatred, he's just strong. Kakashi closed his book. Naruto is strong because he was behind the pack from the start and clawed his way up. By way of growth, he has grown more than any genin your age, actually more than any genin, period. Even I think fighting him would be a challenge now. He started basically at the bottom, and now he's the only chunin your age. You started at the top, people fought to train you after the massacre, you couldn't be given enough time to be taught. You were given power, Naruto worked for his, and it stunted you that way. Sasuke looked confused. How did being given power stunt my growth? I don't get it. Kakashi lifted his Hatei and showed Sasuke his Sharingan eye. You were given it all. If there was something you couldn't do, then the instructors at the academy fell all over themselves making sure you were great by the time they were done. You took it as your right that people were to just give you your power, and it only got worse after you awakened your Sharingan. Kakashi put his headband back down. After that, anything you saw used in combat you could keep for yourself. I'm amazed and actually impressed Naruto got his jutsus up to snuff to the point where you couldn't copy his hand signs. Do you know how he did that? Kakashi asked hypothetically. He trained hard every day. Every day I was with you after our team meetings giving you jutsus and Sharingan training. Naruto went home and worked himself into the ground. He developed ways to utilize his alchemy in battle, developed taijutsu combinations, he even got his Kage Bunshin and Fuyuten Daitopper up to the point where he didn't need hand signs to get him to work. Sasuke's eyes widened as Kakashi continued. You were behind him because your primary training and your Kekkei Genkai blinded you to what it takes to gain strength. Naruto beat Neji Hyuga and you, two geniuses, that were not supposed to be in his league. He beat Sabaku no Gaara in pitched combat twice, in his half and full demon forms. Do you know how he carried these feats out? Kakashi didn't wait for an answer, he worked until he earned the power it took to defeat them, and he never rested on his laurels. You, Neji, and Gaara relied solely on the power you were given seemingly at birth. Neji used only his Juken and relied on the Byakugan as his sole point of his attack, never bothering to use anything else or even try paying attention to his peers, as he claimed his natural strength was just fated to be his. Gaara used his sand as an automatic defense, and when that wasn't enough he went to unleashing his inner demon on his enemies. Kakashi pointed at Sasuke. You constantly put yourself above both of your teammates. You were talented, damn talented, and you could have helped each other. Naruto helped Sakura in Wave. After she did the tree climbing exercise he taught her water walking, he helped his teammate, he gave to someone that needed the help. You demanded his attacks, his secret techniques, not his training methods, not his chakra control exercises that could have benefited more in the long run. You just wanted his attacks, demanding that he teach you his skills just because you were an Uchiha. Sasuke gulped a lump that had formed in his throat. Kakashi saw this and kept speaking. I don't really blame him for wanting to get away from Team 7 as fast as he could. He fought like he was fighting for his freedom during the Chunin exams. I did nothing for him and both of his teammates couldn't stand him. If it weren't for Sakura he might have broken his ties completely, and that would have been a shame. I owe that boy, not only for bringing you back, but for dealing with me, with all of us. Kakashi stood up and walked over to the door to leave. Before opening the door he gave Sasuke one last glance. I hope you know exactly how lucky you are, that you were stopped from leaving, but also that Naruto chose to keep you alive. You have a chance to make up for past mistakes, and now you can find out just what real strength is. Sasuke stared at the ceiling once again as Kakashi shut the door. Sasuke's thoughts had much to mull over these days. Maybe Kakashi and Naruto are right. I guess we'll find out, won't we? XXX. The following week had Naruto wrap up the loose ends he had in the village before leaving. The boy attempted to take Hinata out on the date he promised her, but was stopped at his attempts by Hiashi, who wanted Hinata to come more of age before Naruto began actively dating her. This didn't stop the manic blonde from finding ways to sneak into her room, somehow avoiding the Hyuga sentries all over the compound. This showing of his vastly underrated stealth, prank skills had Hiashi almost frothing at the mouth, forcing Naruto to beat hasty, frantic, half-assed retreats upon his discovery. Branch members took a lot of mirth from watching Hiashi, or any other main member, in hot pursuit of the elusive Jinchuriki. The Branch family and their ever-stoic mask of indifference had been forced to crack smiles at watching the composed Hyuga family break down into swearing wrecks every time Naruto not only snuck in and maneuvered around every guard patrol and rotation to get to the room of the heiress, but also when he would inevitably break out in a rapid sprint across the property to the sanctuary of the outside gate, usually 2 or 3 times a day. Naruto had visited his friends in the hospital. The order of his visits was sitting and shooting the breeze with Kiba for a few hours while playing with the recovering Akamaru. Riling up Neji with the stories of just what he and Neji's cousin Hinata were about to get up to before being discovered, and watching him freak out and try to attack while wounded and unable to give chase to the cackling ninja, hanging out with Chuji and Shikamaru in Choji's room and getting his ass handed to him in shogi. And eventually going to Sasuke, who had Sakura sitting by his side and giving him some good old-fashioned gloating treatment, mostly of the "I beat your ass ragged" variety. Sasuke surprisingly took it all in stride, claiming that he'd rematch him when he got back to Konoha. This made Naruto smile widely. Maybe the team isn't as far gone as I had thought, Naruto told him whenever he was ready, but he'd better train hard. Eventually, however, the week came to an end, and with it Naruto had to take his leave for 3 years. Jiraiya and Naruto left to no fanfare, as he hadn't really wanted to have been seen off by anyone, even Joshiro. He hadn't even woken him up, mostly because he was probably with Haku, and walking in on his brother and future sister-in-law naked wasn't really high on his to-do list. Haku maybe, not Joshiro, hell no. Jiraiya looked over at his young charge as the gates of Konohagakure no Sato were shrinking from sight. You ready, Gaki? This is going to be some rough stuff, you know. Naruto shifted the pack on his back. Do I have a choice? Douchebags like Itachi Uchiha and Orochimaru want me dead, and Kyubi-chan and her more destructive gifts can't really be harnessed in Konoha, so I have to go. Naruto grinned as he looked over his shoulder to the gate, but, it's going to be a blast when I get back. 3 weeks after departure from Konohagakure, Jiraiya and Naruto had exited the border of Hai no Kuni and had eventually come to a major intersection of roads. For the majority of the time Jiraiya had been trying to divert the attention of Naruto, who was curious seeing as how he remembered Jiraiya's words in his apartment about important information. Fortunately for the white-haired man who wasn't too fond of awkward explanations, distractions often came up to divert his attention. Jiraiya had to hold him off just long enough for the first part of his training to begin. As they reached the point in the road that broke off in several different directions, Jiraiya grinned as he knew the first part had begun. Okay Gaki, time for the first part of your training. Naruto grinned up at the massive man. Finally. You haven't taught me a damn thing since we left. All I've been doing is going over my notes and experimenting to make my alchemy stronger. I could have done that back in Konoha. Jiraiya's sweat dropped as Naruto started to bounce around. So Ero Sennin, what are you going to teach me? The swamp thing. Or maybe the needle thing with your hair. That was pretty cool. Jiraiya fished in his vest and pulled out a rolled up piece of paper. I'm going to teach you a very important skill that all powerful shinobi must have, the skill of survival. Naruto squinted his eyes. Say what? Survival. I can do that already, we learned that back in the academy. Jiraiya shook his head with a smirk, but not like this. Your first task will be to survive in the open field for, what's a good period of time? 6 months. Naruto gave Jiraiya a dry look. Could you repeat that? Because I think my brain just stroked off for a second. Did you just say that you would be leaving me alone for half a year? Jiraiya grinned. Yep. Go anywhere you want, do whatever you want, I don't care. Just survive for 6 months and wherever you are I'll find you, I guarantee it. After the time is over I can find you in 2 weeks or less. Naruto growled, what does leaving me on my own have to do with training? Jiraiya took on a scholarly pose, kid you can't have people teaching you all the time, no one is going to be watching your back all the time. You know how to work in a group, well now you need to learn how to depend on number 1, yourself. Jiraiya knelt down and put a hand on Naruto, you have to know how to pass country borders, how to move in hostile environments, how to keep yourself fed and housed on long missions and engagements. This is very important so we're doing this first. I also don't want to be looking for you for 2 months after we need to be back in Konoha so we're doing this first. Naruto whined but a glare from Jiraiya silenced him. This is twofold, you need to do this and I need to go meet up with my spy network contacts. When we travel after this I'll introduce you to them so maybe they can be your contacts one day. Naruto still looked angry as Jiraiya tried placating him. Hey my original plan was to just give you the introduction to simply make a giant Rasengan. Naruto snorted, that's kind of stupid. So do I stay in Hai no Kuni or can I leave? Jiraiya grinned at the boy, that's the thing, you can go wherever you want, anywhere. I would actually prefer it if you left Hai no Kuni, go somewhere new, learn the landscape of the elemental nations. Naruto shot him a smug grin, are you sure you want me to Ero Sennin? The further away from Hai no Kuni I get the more likely my natural awesome charms are to woo some female. If I leave then consider my side of the bet won. Jiraiya returned his look, well then get moving brat, and don't follow me. Naruto shrugged, I don't care which way I go. Naruto pulled out his Hate and put it over his eyes, you pick which way I go Ero Sennin, I won't look until I'm an hour down the road so be crafty with it. Jiraiya spun Naruto in a circle several times before sending him down a random road. Jiraiya yelled out as the blinded blonde Jinchuriki stumbled down the highway, watch your back Gaki, I'll be keeping tabs on you, you'd better not die or soon it will kill you. A dot on the horizon, Naruto yelled back, you Ero Sennin, I'm going to kick you in your scrot for this crap when I see you again. Jiraiya chuckled to himself as he turned down another path, he'll be fine, 6 months, what could he possibly get into in 6 months? Jiraiya has seemingly forgotten rule number 1 of dealing with anything involving Naruto Uzumaki, Murphy's Law is absolute. XXX. Some random place in the middle of the ocean, off the coast of Mizu no Kuni. 2 weeks later. Naruto, in an effort to expand his horizons decided that he would see Mizu no Kuni, the island nation. He had chosen this place first on his forced excursion because, he didn't know. His gut told him to head towards Mizu no Kuni first, and when a random attitude should prevail, Naruto always followed his gut. And so Naruto caught a barge heading from a coastal town in Hai no Kuni and had spent the last 3 days crossing the ocean to make it to the main island of Mizu no Kuni. As the sight of land came into view, Naruto couldn't have been happier. Being on a boat for 3 days, sick as a dog, was not Naruto's idea of excitement and a productive use of his time. As the barge landed, Naruto leapt off of the deck of the ship and landed on the pier, almost the planks in relief. Naruto got over his bout with the seas and headed far inland. I wonder if I should head to Kiri. As long as I hide my headband, I should be okay, right? And even if I had it on, Kiri doesn't have any grandstanding issues with Konoha, do they? Naruto pondered this as he walked further and further into the main island of the country. Naruto took note of the differences between Mizu no Kuni and Hai no Kuni. Instead of trees and sun, Mizu no Kuni was pretty dreary. It had trees, yes, but the further in he went, the more the clouds would cast in front of the sun. Eventually patches of fog would be seen over a lot of the landscape, and the further in he went, the harder it was to navigate the forests that he found himself in. Naruto had eventually been walking around in the woods for 2 days and had taken a rest at a fallen tree. Okay, so I guess, village hidden in the mist, is a good name for this place. Naruto whipped out the map Jiraiya gave him before a sigh left his mouth. A whole lot of good this will do after I got lost. Sigh asterisk, I'm an idiot. Naruto heard crashing sounds off in the distance and stood as he prepared for a fight. Naruto pinpointed the sounds and ran off to investigate. XXX. An orange-haired boy with glasses sat hiding in the mist, checking the wounds across his torso. A decent length gash across his chest was bleeding down his body. The boy grimaced as he kept his search up for assailants. As his eyes darted through the misty forest, he thought frantically, why did she send me out here with that squad? I'm not fit to lead anyone. I'm going to die in this forest. The boy felt a cold twinge on his shoulder as he jumped and turned to see a blonde with a confused expression holding out his right arm. Whoa. Hey, calm down, what's going on around here? It reeks of blood. The boy pulled him to the ground. My entire squad was wiped out by anti-blood limit forces. We never had a chance. Naruto lifted an eyebrow in confusion. Wait, Kiri is still on that anti-blood limit kick. The boy nodded before he noticed the metal arm. Is that a Kekkei Genkai? Naruto looked at his arm. No. It's just auto mail, a prosthetic limb only kicked up to the max. Naruto looked at his wounds. Haku-chan said this crap was going on back when she was a kid. They still do this. Naruto picked him up by his arm and steadied him. Hey, let's get you out of here, alright? You're looking pretty beat up. Where's your base at? The boy was hesitant to answer until it dawned on Naruto. Of course he doesn't trust me, he's at war with a genocidal force. I wouldn't trust me either. Naruto held out his hands in a placating manner. Hey, I'm not even from this country, I'm from Konoha. Naruto pulled his Hatei 8 out for proof as the boy looked confused. What is a Konoha ninja doing all the way out here? Naruto rubbed the back of his head sheepishly. I'm kind of on a long trip. I was just passing through and would you believe your luck when I stumbled across you. Naruto heard rustling in the distance. Kid, we've got to get moving, your enemies are on our heels. The orange-haired boy looked conflicted for a moment before relenting. Whatever, I'm going to die anyway, and if this guy does attack the base then he can't win alone. He sighed and pointed in a direction as Naruto took off after picking him up fireman's style. XXX. The boy calmed after seeing familiar landmarks. We're getting close to the hideout. Naruto looked over his shoulder and cursed. Can you make it the rest of the way alone? The orange-haired boy nodded as Naruto stopped to let him stand. Get to your hideout, I'll fight these guys off, we can't lead them to your group. I'll try to stop them here. The boy looked upset. Why are you doing this? I don't even know your name. Naruto looked ahead in the direction of the pursuers. Because I want to, I think it's the right thing to do, and my name is Naruto Uzumaki. Now get out of here. The boy smiled and ran off towards his base as Naruto sighed, because it's the right thing to do. I'm so dumb, this isn't my fight. 4 Kiri ninja landed in front of him as one with his Hatei 8 on a bandana spoke up. We trade in one pipsqueak for another. Are runts like you all that those stupid rebels can come with these days? Another bald one spoke up. Let's just step on this little pest and keep searching. A tick mark appeared on Naruto's head. Oh yeah, now it's my fight. They took notice of the auto-mail arm. Look at that kid's arm. He has a new metal Kekkei Genkai. Take him out now. Naruto grunted, "It's not a dam." A barrage of kunai and shuriken flew at him before he could finish his statement as he began bouncing around the forest floor dodging projectiles. Naruto made several kage bunshin and spread them out along the trees amid the battlefield along with himself. Naruto surrounded the Kiri ninja with his clones while staying hidden as they searched for any sign of him, that damn brat. Find him and kill him now. Clap. The Kiri nin all jumped out of the way as an assortment of wooden spears came soaring from the forest. The bandana one, seemingly the leader, growled, "Where are you, you little shit?" Suten, Suryuden no Jutsu, water release, water dragon jutsu. The leader dodged as did two others, but one was caught in the attack and was smashed through multiple trees before crashing to a halt against one of the trees. The man's chest was caved in as he wheezed and spit blood from his mouth before slumping over, dead. The bald man went wide-eyed at the sight. The little freak just killed Takeshi. The bandana-wearing man bit his fist. "Shut up and calm down, he's just one kid, don't cluster up. Find him and kill him now. You can try." Naruto's voice rang out from many different areas in the trees. "Leave now and I won't have to kill the rest of you." One of the underlings got brash. "It's still 3-on-1 kid. You and the rest of the demon spawn bloodline users need to die. Our country is better off without you." Naruto's chuckles echoed through the forest. "I'm not from Kiri, I'm just passing through." The bald ninja shouted back out, "Then why are you here? What could you possibly want with us?" "Honestly, nothing. But you tried to kill a guy fighting against prejudiced pricks like you. What kind of man would I be to let him just die? That and you called me short. I'm a kid, I still have to hit my growth spurt, you bastards." Clap. Two large earth hands came from the ground and tried to crush the three ninja who were together, but they all moved and leapt into the trees. The underling ninja found himself surrounded by half a dozen of Naruto's clones and was dog-piled before they all shouted, "Boom," and detonated Bunshin Daibakuwa, clone great explosion. The remaining Kiri ninja ended up engaging masses of kage bunshin in the trees, one after another. The bald Kiri nin yelled in anger, "How many stupid clones do we have to cut through before we get the real one? I'm not as easy to beat as a bunshin." The bald ninja ducked as Naruto slashed at the back of his head with his blade arm. The man kicked him back and pulled out a kunai to begin engaging him up close, so the real one finally shows himself. Naruto was pushed back by the larger man and blocked a strike from him before pushing him back himself. "You should have been grateful to keep fighting clones, they're not even a fraction of my own power." Naruto pushed close enough to headbutt the man across the face, breaking his nose. Naruto stepped back as the man swung wildly, "You little brat. I'll rip your throat out." Naruto kept out of his range as he kept swinging, "Not fighting like that, you aren't." Naruto was suddenly lashed across the back by the bandana ninja, cutting through his clothing and drawing blood. Naruto shouted in pain before turning around to face his newly arrived enemy who had a satisfied smirk on his face. "You've been doing very well for a brat. But the game is over, you die here." Naruto sharply inhaled as the uncomfortable wound on his back began to bleed. "Oh man, what the hell was that? That hurt." The bandana-wearing ninja grinned as he snapped a whip made of water around himself. "Kid, when you get good enough to manipulate elemental chakra like me, there isn't a whole lot that you can't form with your element." Naruto deadpanned a look. "A water element in Kirikaga? Wow, how original. You are unique, sir." The man didn't take too kindly to that. "Are you mocking me, kid?" Naruto replied sarcastically, "No, of course not. I mean that must be a very rare element to have in a country named for water." Naruto dodged an attack from behind from the bald man. "Gedo, let's waste this punk already, he broke my nose." Naruto faced both men and stared them down. "That guy better have gotten away. This isn't my problem, but they're making it my problem. When this is over, I'm getting the hell out of Mizu no Kuni, I swear to Kami." Naruto flexed his fingers in anticipation, and then there were two. "You know you can still leave me alone. I don't even want to be in this country." The bandana ninja, identified as Gedo, chuckled, "Yeah, you're pretty good, but we're Chunin in Kiri's extermination squads. Hunting down solo ninja like you is our job." Naruto flipped them both off. "Well, exterminate this." That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.